With the release of Boruto Chapter 56 today, we get to look at the aftermath of their battle with the Otsutsuki, as well as how the village is faring. In today's video, we'll be going over what happened in the chapter, as well as where I think the story will be heading in the future. From this point on, the video will have manga spoilers, so if you want, just keep that in mind if you don't want any spoilers. Also, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with all manga chapters I cover, any shorts I put out, or any other videos I might be releasing on this channel. Plus, it'll help me out a ton. But anyways, let's jump into this video. We start off the chapter by going over what's been happening to Boruto and Kawaki since the end of their battle with Jigen. The village has been keeping a close watch on Boruto and his karma, restricting his missions so that they can keep a close eye on him to make sure that he's not bringing any threats or harms to anyone. This is also affecting Team 7 as they won't have a 3-man team, as we see Sadara and Mitsuki kind of sad that they aren't able to go on any missions. We also notice that Kawaki has regenerated his arm thanks to Amado recreating one directly from his cells. During some discussions with Amado, Shikamaru, and Naruto, they go over the remaining members of the Kara left. Code, a boy who was brought in to be a potential vessel, however, despite surviving the implantation of the karma, he was not able to become a vessel for the Otsutsuki like Kawaki was. During a cut we get to see Code infiltrating a lair in which we get a sneak peek at one of his abilities. Although there is no name for it, we do get a good guess on how his ability works. And in this fight, he lays out a bunch of black strips that kind of look like belts, and from the looks of it, he is able to enter these belts and then appear somewhere else on the situation. We see this as he puts a belt across one of his enemies, and then when he puts his hand into the ground, his hand reappears on that chest. We also notice this from when the enemies lose track of him, he reappears directly behind him where this belt was. Overall, I think this is a super cool ability with some amazing combat potential, and I'm also super excited to see what else he has in store, especially since Amado stated on multiple occasions that he is more powerful than Jigen and that they had to put limiters into him so that he wouldn't be more powerful. Plus, the fight with Jigen, Naruto and Kurama needed to come up with this new mode that ended up killing Kurama in order to beat him. So I'm really confused on how this will fare in Code versus Naruto if that ever happens, especially considering his loyalty to the Otsutsuki and him probably wanting to avenge Jigen. While Amado is talking with Naruto and Shikamaru about Code, Kawaki is also filling in Boruto about an idea he had in order for Boruto to survive his karma. He suggests to Boruto that he finds his own body to implant a karma in so that if Momoshiki ever takes over Boruto's body, instead of dying, he can just reincarnate into someone else's. To me, this seems like a little far-fetched to have Boruto switching bodies, especially since we see a cutscene of their teenage years in which Boruto is still rocking the karma and he seems to have control of it. Plus, with this new villain, they would need to implant it into Code, which, again, if he's stronger than Jigen, Boruto, there's no way Boruto's gonna be able to overpower him. So I just don't see that happening. However, what I do see happening is near the end of this chapter, Boruto states that they need to make up for the lack in which Naruto doesn't have Kurama anymore and Sasuke doesn't have his eye anymore, so they need to make up for this loss of power. So to me, I see them just training a lot, and Boruto finds a way to control the karma and control the Otsutsuki, kind of like how in Jujutsu Kaisen, if you've been watching that or reading that, how Sukuna and Itadori kind of have like two souls in one body that just switch out. I can see that happening with Boruto, where he can use the power of the Otsutsuki. Momoshiki is still there, he's prevalent, he's like, they can communicate, they can switch out, and then eventually there might even come the time when Boruto and Momoshiki come to agreement, kind of like how Naruto and Kurama did when they were younger. I think this definitely has a lot of potential to be had with karma, as well as the future of where Boruto could be going. It could also give a really good way on how Boruto could be stronger than Naruto, which is great for this series, because if you had full control of an Otsutsuki's power, like they're resembled as gods, so obviously that would make him pretty strong and potentially even stronger than Naruto was in his prime. So I can definitely see that happening. However, we won't really know what happens. Only times will tell. As we learn more about the karma, we'll learn more about the potentials it has and how it can affect the story. But overall, that's something I think might happen, and potentially the route that they are trying to take now that with the story. But yeah, that's it for this week's video. I don't want to go too much into the chapter because a lot of it was kind of just leading up to stuff with information that I can cover in another video if you want, but nothing too crazy. I just kind of wanted to talk briefly about the karma, as well as kind of go over what's going on in this chapter. But yeah, that was the basis of this video, just the karma. And I don't think, what I do think will happen is that Boruto will learn to control it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will be making another video if you guys want, explaining the whole chapter and everything else that happened if you'd like. But let me know down in the comments, and subscribe, help me out a ton. Go follow the other socials, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.